Wait a second. I might have done things in the wrong order again. Here we go. I need a cup already. So, I woke up a few minutes ago. This is probably not going to go well. I probably don't have I don't have enough brain power. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to play the other game, the horror game I mentioned, but I forgot to buy it. So I also need to test it out before I play it. I don't want to do that live because it probably won't go well. So after this stream, I'll do that, and then
Donald Fraser is here. He insisted on waiting to see you.
I also looked this up. This game is apparently 7 hours long, so I should be able to finish it today, unless I get really stumped on a puzzle. That could happen. I am streaming, right? Wait, did I even check the thing?
This man is tired.
Let me quickly check it just to make sure. Alt tab, alt tab. Still can't alt tab. Here we go. Okay, I am indeed live. Anyway. Weren't you drinking the last time too? Guess you're still great. Wait, purple clothes still? Do you change? When did that murder happen anyway in game? Like a month ago? 2 months ago? Ah.
Donald is short of sleep, and it looks as if he didn't even bother to undress before going to bed.
Mr. Poirot, I don't know why I'm here.
Huh? I thought you wanted to see me. Are you sure about the fact that he would listen to? Yeah.
You wanted to talk, and you came to find the only man capable of hearing you.
Mr. Poirot, since Betty's death, I've doubts about myself. I don't know what to do. And I keep having a horrible dream 3 nights in a row.
No, excuse me. I swear I'm forgetting something, but I don't know what. Anyway. Encourage him to continue. Well, it's not a psychoanalyst office. Encourage him to continue.
Have a drink, and tell me about this dream.
Reassured.
It's always the same. I'm on the beach with Betty. I grab her around the throat, and I squeeze, and squeeze until she's dead. Her head falls back, and I see that it's no longer Betty. It's Megan's face.
Have you seen Megan Barnard recently?
Yes, our grief has brought us together. I never really knew her before. She's really quite a remarkable girl. But I would never tell her about my dream.
You probably weirded her out.
Why not?
He was
Is
scared
it
away.
her you are attacking in your dream?
No, it's Betty. And once Betty is dead, it's Megan's face that appears in its place.
Very interesting. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Interpret his dream. How should Donald's dream be interpreted? But he didn't kill Betty, right? Hey. Something like... he lost Betty and now he's afraid to lose Megan too? There we go. Donald's starting to have feelings for Megan and he feels guilty about abandoning Betty.
Mr. Fraser, I think that the real meaning of this dream is that you are in love with Megan Barnard.
Please go on. Do.
This dream certainly betrays your guilt.
Oh.
But what do you feel guilty about? Having killed your fiancé? Possible. Or forgetting her very quickly for her sister? Certainly. And this forgetting is perceived as a second death.
So you don't really think I was the one who killed Betty?
I do not exclude this theory. I am simply saying that I do not need to know that fact to explain your dream and your guilt.
Thank you for being frank, Mr. Poirot. You've helped me a great deal. I'm going back to Bexhill. I'll not take any more of your time up.
It is late, Mr. Fraser, and you are
Right.
tired.
Don't we need to talk to him? Because
I'll sleep on the train. I like trains. It's easy to sleep rocked by the sound of the wheels.
do we need to talk to him because of his
Poor
fur?
boy, he seems completely lost.
Well, women seem to like him. I think Megan will take care of him. Oh, I remember. Did you order the product I needed?
Yes, we'll be receiving it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is
very
late, and I asked Miss Gray to come tomorrow morning. I have a few questions I wish to ask her.
We want like hydrogen peroxide or something, so we can look at the letter, the fire one. I mean, the burned one.
Mademoiselle, I asked you here in order to answer a very important question.
Remind her she did not see anybody on the day of the murder. Accuse her of having lied. Accuse her of being the killer's accomplice. That would be subtle and be around the bush a bit.
Am I
don't know.
right in thinking you said that you did not speak to anyone on the day Sir Carmichael was murdered?
It's the absolute truth.
Yet, Lady Clark maintained that she saw you talking to a stranger on the front doorstep.
Really? She must have been mistaken. Oh, I remember now. I'd forgotten all about it, but it wasn't important. It was just a salesman. One of those traders who sell stockings from door to door.
Can you describe him to me?
Medium size. Glasses. Dark suit and a felt hat. Not the sort of man you notice. Completely harmless. That's why I forgot all about him.
Nothing else?
He was very hesitant and shy. Usually door-to-door salesmen are very confident, but he wasn't.
Sure. Didn't she have a box of stockings? And then Betty had some. Who was the third victim? Oh yeah, Carmichael. They didn't find any stockings, but the guy was there. Indicates she lied about leaving Churston, asked whether she resigned of her own free will, point out her departure is suspicious. This one.
You did not leave Churston willingly, I believe.
I don't wish to lie. Lady Clark did not appreciate my presence. And Franklin could not go against the wishes of a sick lady. He is a good man, and he worries a great deal about his sister-in-law.
I noticed that you left some personal belongings behind at Churston.
Ask if she collect the objects, say the objects present a risk after she returned to Churston, will she?
Are you planning on returning to Churston?
Who knows what the future holds?
Bien. I must ask you one last question. Please reply frankly with either yes or no. If Lady Clark had died, would you have agreed to marry Sir Carmichael if he'd asked you?
How dare you ask such a question? Sir Carmichael treated me just like his daughter. And all that I ever felt him was affection and gratitude, nothing else.
Thank you, mademoiselle. I will not keep you any longer.
I met Thora Grey on the stairs. Her cheeks were ablaze, and she appeared to be deeply hurt. Poirot, have you offended the poor girl again? Do you have good reasons for accusing her?
I accused her of nothing, Hastings. I simply asked her an important question she did not answer. Let us see if we can answer it for her. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Would Tora have married Sir Would Tora have married Sir Carmichael if he had lived? I mean, they were close. But were they that close? He did offer a brooch. And then she also likes Franklin. No. Alright. Declaration by Tora Grey. She's saying she is one? Tora wanted to be married and certainly would have succeeded in doing so.
You must know how to read between the lines, Hastings. When Sir Carmichael refers to paternal affection, he's lying to himself. Read this engraving on the brooch. A dark dragon for an angel with glossy hair. These are the words of a lover, not a father. Lady Clark was not wrong.
What if Sir Carmichael had fallen in love with his secretary? That doesn't mean that she forced him to do so.
True, there are extenuating circumstances. She is a penniless orphan. But she's calculating. Just look how she avoided it when asked if she would have married Clark.
I see. You think she seduced Sir Carmichael for her own gain, and that now she is doing the same with his brother. Poirot, your world is a very dark place.
Do not get carried away, mon ami. We have another more important matter to settle.
Really?
Yes, would you believe that Miss Grey taught me something new? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Is there another common point between the murders? Yeah, stockings. This one. This one. And here we go. Before each murdered victim or someone close to them were in a situation where they bought stockings.
It's perfectly clear, Hastings. Perfectly clear. Indeed, a stocking seller visited Andover, Bexhill, and Churston on the day of each murder. We have our suspect. This should be of interest, Job.
You check the telephone.
Chief Inspector, we are looking for a stocking salesman.
I see you have a suspect.
Yes. Contact all the stocking wholesalers who may employ him.
Your suspect is a salesman?
No, he does not take orders. He sells door to door.
Right. The hunt is on.
Yeah. Doncaster. Oh, there's the stockings. And the guy, what was his name again? Alexander Bonaparte Gust?
Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
You shouldn't travel today. You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
These were doomed.
Can you get the post, Hastings?
Oops.
And why don't you go and get it yourself?
Très bien. What's going on? I've never known Hastings to be so disagreeable.
Bad day? How's this?
It is not the right time.
Okay. So, Doncaster.
Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Tipperary? No,
That's not how you pronounce it.
that comes later.
It's Tipperary.
Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long. ABC. I should compare this letter with the one on my desk which I received earlier to see if it does indeed come from the same person.
Can't you tell us by looking at it? I mean, look, the I, the A. What
It
is
is
this?
not the right time.
I want to know. New thumbnails. The inquiry is progressing. I still don't know what that means, but I guess it's not important, right? Oh, wait. Can I look at that? Yes.
Royal Mathematical and Statistical Society's Bulletin, September the 9th, 1935. The Alphabet Murder, a methodical madman.
Wait, is it September
It's
9th?
highly probable that the alphabet murderer will kill again. Could we possibly estimate the number of victims in his next crime? Yes, and it is easy. As soon as we know the ratio of towns, cities, and villages whose names begin with a D, and the ratio of English people whose names are spelled the same. On the one hand, the ratio of towns, cities, and villages in England with a name starting with D, and on the other hand, the ratio of English people with a name also starting with D. After this initial calculation, it is easy to deduce the likelihood of actually being murdered if you belong to the target population. Go to the last page to find our results and details on the calculations. Daily Blague, August 31, 1935. Moustache at half-mast. Poirot's repeated failure in ABC case. Sometimes small things trouble great men. Hastings, faithful collaborator of the Belgian detective, knows something about it. 3 mornings in a row, he confided to us, the cook broke the egg yolks when preparing Poirot's breakfast. This apparently casual event has greatly disturbed my friend, to the point it breaks his concentration and slows his judgment. I also noticed his mustache, of which he is so proud, being duller than usual.
Poirot, I assure you I haven't said any such thing to the journalists. They twist everything.
So anyway. Echo's not being picked up.
Let us examine this more closely.
There's roadworks going on, it would seem.
Certain characters in the 2 letters may have similar defects.
Do we really need to do this anymore?
This eye is weird.
Yeah, since it kept making me do this, I thought eventually it'd be a
Nothing to
copy.
report for these characters.
Yeah, I know.
Let us examine.
I thought it'd be a copycat at some point.
Yes, the eye characters in the 2 letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
And the W is the
it do-
same. I need to come.
Right. Let us compare this with the other letter.
Then W, 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 W. Ah, here it is.
Of course, the W characters in the 2 letters do indeed have the same defects. I
Then,
have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
hey,
Yes, the A. Right. Let us. That's right. The A character. My theory was right. These 2 letters were written with the same typewriter.
but you already knew that, didn't you?
Hastings, he strikes tomorrow.
Gold paper 9.
Chief Inspector Japp?
He's on another line. Can I take a message?
Yes, please, mademoiselle. It is from Hercule Poirot. Tell him ABC strikes tomorrow in Doncaster. He must call me back.
Very well, sir.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes, yes.
Did journalists call him incompetent or something? So he's so mad.
I've finished with this.
Oh, what's this? Can I look at this? No. It was that thing underneath the mirror I want to look at. We can. I think Hastings looking at it.
So, how are you getting on? I'm ready to take notes.
Now,
Here it is.
down to work.
Uh-huh.
All of this needs putting in order a little.
This looks like a corner. Oh, I can't move this pair. Okay, well. Are these? No. This might actually take some time. Never mind. Do any of these match up with this one? I mean, this is a...
This page will be reconstructed in a flash.
And then this one? I don't know if they line up perfectly or anything, but this is probably the last one.
This page is finished. That's done. 3 more to go.
Go with this one next. We'll go in order.
This piece should be placed here. This page is child's play. This page is finished. And that's 2 done. It's easier than I thought.
I already there, they better be important. I could kind of suck if we went through all its effort only
This
for it to
page
turn out to
will
be
be reconstructed in a flash.
a shopping list. Then... Okay,
This page is finished.
I did
Only
it.
one more. Keep going.
Welcome to the finale of this game. I hope. I mean, I'm nearly finished the game apparently, so I should be able to finish it today.
This does not look too difficult.
3 minutes later, what did I miss? What did he miss? Oh, the killer is a stocking salesman. Apart from that, we don't really know anything yet. And he's gonna strike again.
This page is child's play.
Oops. According to the game itself, I'm 67%
This
true.
page is finished. All the pages are reconstructed.
So, what did they say? Oh, do I need to, like, put on the thing for it? No,
A
okay.
bottle of solvent.
You know I'm done, Poirot.
A bottle of solvent. The cloth is now soaked with solvent.
No, so my initial theory was correct. Interesting. We're slowly narrowing down who it is.
Got it! Make a note, Hastings, make a note. Mrs. Alice Asher, shop owner in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, prescribed laudanum.
I got it. Look,
Oh, these are his notes. That's why you couldn't find them.
Poirot, where on earth did you find these files?
On a fire at the bottom of the garden at campsite.
All right, but where did the person who burned them find them?
I know where.
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with lots of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine.
Sometimes.
Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis, causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. War wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from absences and amnesia.
Amnesia. Does he not remember killing people?
Dick Dudley Dunbar,
Ah.
owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition.
This must be your new
Let
victim.
us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Where's the tea again? Here we are. Oops. Where did burned documents come from? No, that's not it. Here we go. The documents came from Dr. Clark's patient records.
The burned documents are medical records, and without a doubt, they come from Clark's archives. First of all, because all the patients have throat conditions. And secondly, their name starts with either A, B, C, or D, and it is precisely the files that match these letters that have been tampered with.
But why burn these files? How come the names of the 2 victims appear on them? And who are the 2 other patients?
These are very good questions.
Deduction time? Not yet. My computer fan is broken. How'd that happen? Did it stop working, or? Doesn't that mean your computer's gonna overheat all the time?
Hello, Poirot?
Any news, Chief Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady, who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
ABC? Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust. How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster.
Look for him at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
What's his name?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
Dick Dudley
You appear to be very
Doncaster.
sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Concert, huh? Encourage shop, huh? Can I do it?
Chief Inspector, I would rather call myself.
As you wish. Please go ahead.
Stop moving, my computer keeps overheating. Is there anything you can do about it?
Hello, the Black Swan. Hercule Poirot here. May I speak to the owner?
Speaking. Dick Dudley Dunbar. How can I help you?
Is there Mr. Cust among your guests?
He arrived today. Shall I call him for you?
No. Should I not? Do I talk to the guy or not? I don't know. Sure, why not?
Yes, please.
This is a terrible idea.
Wait a minute. I'm just looking for his room number.
I believe that I made a mistake. If anyone asks for him, he will understand that we are onto him, take fright, and flee.
Yeah, so...
Mr. Dunbar, I've changed my mind. It's best if you keep this from Cust.
But who is this Cust?
Ask you heard about the investigation. Have you?
Have you heard about the ABC case?
Oh, yes. I must say I'm not all that reassured. What with my name starting with D and all that.
You're in danger. Beware of your guest.
Do you think that Cust might be dangerous? Oh, I do hope you're wrong. He seems so harmless, you know. Oh, yes, completely harmless.
Worm that Cust is dangerous.
Do not be fooled. He has already killed 3 people and you are next.
A murderer? Under my roof? Good God!
Dunbar, can you hear me? Dunbar! Hello? Dunbar has had malaise. That's all we needed. I'm calling the Doncaster police. I hope they get there quickly.
Did we accidentally kill him and give him a heart attack?
Hello, Poirot. We have some good news. The police in Doncaster have caught our man at the Black Swan Hotel. They're sending him here by train.
How is the hotel owner?
He had a heart attack. He
Oh,
was
oops.
taken to the hospital.
That's my fault.
Oh no. It is my fault. When I told him the killer was at his hotel, I should have been more considerate.
Come on, Poirot. You weren't to know he had a weak heart.
Except I did.
But I should have known. I saw his medical records.
Do not torture yourself, Poirot. His attack was not fatal thanks to the quick intervention of the ambulance team.
Please keep me informed on his progress.
You can count on me. I'll do what's needed.
I will visit him at his bedside when the murderer is caught.
That's typical of you, Poirot. We should focus on the next part of the investigation in order to avoid other incidents.
No, of course.
While we're waiting to question Cust, we could search his room in London.
Where does he live?
The Marbury Guest House?
I'll see you there.
Yes, but start without me. First of all, I have to sort out a few details for Cust's transfer.
I understand. À bientôt. Hastings, we are making good progress. Please go and search the room of our #1 suspect.
With pleasure. I did have a dentist appointment, but I'll cancel.
No, is that why
A
you're mad?
dentist. So that is why you are so nervous and bad-tempered.
A visit to the dentist is never an enjoyable prospect.
But an unavoidable one. Go to your appointment, Hastings. I will manage on my own.
Last time I went to the dentist, they injected my gums. It was painful. My mouth was frozen in place for half a day.
To Marbury Guest House, please.
What was the point of that cutscene? Anyway. This place kind of run down. This is the one you notice in? Doesn't even have a window. Have you seen the 50 trophies? How many times have I read this one now? Hello, miss.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Jupp told me that you might be coming.
Tell her that she is great help. Yeah, I know you've seen her people too. Why would I do that?
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
I seem kind of excited about all this. Anyway, congratulate her for her observation.
Well done. You were right. He did go to Doncaster.
So I was right to warn the police.
Yeah.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
Well, he's odd. Sometimes he coughs really loudly and complains that his throat is burning, and sometimes he talks to himself and stares into space. He told me that it was because of a wound he got in the wall. His head hasn't been quite right since, he said. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Dry blood. That's where the stains were.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
On the collar and on the buttonholes.
Cut used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Oh, it wasn't for pleasure. He was always on well-on trains. But he had to sell his stockings around England. I have to respect my engagements, he used to say.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No, I don't know. That was a while ago, you know.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah, I remember one thing. Bexhurst by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Ask her to continue.
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
Ask for more details. Well, that's when he started buying it. Is that relevant? And more details? Oops.
Which newspapers?
The evening ones and the daily ones.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
I wonder, does he enjoy being infamous? Here it is.
I should check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
Marbury boarding house guest registration.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
Huh? I do. I do? I didn't see it, did I? Uh-oh.
This woman appears to be in a good mood.
Are you making soup? I need to make soup later on. She's got a big smile.
Mrs. Marbury is in a good mood. She's working very precisely in producing incredibly thin peel. Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
Yes, I remember. Just for one night as a favor. Mr. Cust was away, all my other rooms were taken, and poor Mr. Fishman had nowhere to go.
The understanding indicate as legal understanding.
It doesn't matter, provided that you remembered to change the sheets.
Oh, do you think so?
Is that all? Is that important, I wonder? Mr. Fisher might have taken something. This is laudanum.
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Why does he have it? Sedative. I don't think he used the sedatives on anyone, did he? My frame rate's being weird. Poirot, are you going to commentate on this? Poirot? You have nothing to say, really? I thought maybe this was timer-based, but... Oh, direction shake well. I would if my game was cooperating with me. Anyway, Poirot. Why is the frame rate tanking so much on this one thing, I wonder? Are you really not gonna say anything, Poirot? Nothing at all. Okay, I'll come back to this thing. Did I glitch it out, maybe? Is that possible?
Diethyl
Here we go.
barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject would probably be useful to me.
Oh, these are ABCs.
ABC guys. Enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Neck broken.
Bexhill Daily Paper. Dated from the day of the Bexhill murder. All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. Most probably the basting dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. Trousers, white shirts, everything has been washed very well.
Can I look at this? No, I don't need to. This is dangerous thing to leave lying around.
A long-bladed knife, a murderer's weapon. This subject would probably be useful to me.
This game was set in the 30s, right? Did they have, like, what's it called, luminol back then?
It's an ABC. Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury.
Oh, it was ink ball.
Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning?
I tried using an ink pen once. I got ink everywhere. I stained my fingers to walls.
John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes.
How many house repairs to Seven Trunks?
I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to do it?
Is this the ribbon?
Something is blocking the ribbon.
Oh no, puzzle. Oh wait, I can spin it. Or can I can.
The right-hand reel has been removed.
Can it be this easy? I hope so.
The left-hand reel has been removed.
Oh wait, it says ever yours, ABC, for Mr. Poirot. Isn't this proof?
Something is blocking the ribbon.
Huh? Now what? Oh, this thing? In the middle? Yeah.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes.
So, can I just take it off now, or probably not? It wouldn't be that easy, would it? You're not giving me a prompt. No. Oh wait, this is the thing I'm examining, isn't it? So I need to wait for Poirot to actually comment. For Mr. Poirot.
All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
That's all going pretty well for me.
War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire Regiment, was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th, 1918, as mentioned in a dispatch for gallant and distinguished service. An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack, Corporal Cust greatly deserves his distinction. How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
It is? Oh yeah, all this stuff. Yeah, it's starting to go a bit too well, almost.
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if he's being framed.
This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there.
Apparently there's more to examine, but what else is here? Just take it now.
It's closed.
You want to open it? No? Okay.
ABC guys, enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Oh, I do have that knife.
This knife is very useful. Who knows, maybe it never cut anything other than string. Stockings. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Where was Gus at the time of the Bexell murder? This doesn't really prove anything itself, though, does it? Oh, this proves that he wasn't there. Gus was probably in Bexell on the day of the murder. Probably.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th.
Oh,
No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see.
it was a local paper, not a national one. And that's proof that he was there. That's how else would he get it?
Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
Bye.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
So can I look at stuff while she's not here now?
It looks like I've found the real master of this house.
Kitty.
There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
I already looked at this, I don't need to see it again. And then up there. Nah. So anyway. Oh.
I had best talk to Jap.
Unless. No, okay.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Was it possible for Cust to have killed the 3 victims? This doesn't prove that he killed him. He had blood on him. Oopsie. He wasn't over. Oops. The game seems to be lagging. Why? Oh, all these? Cust is in all the towns, but that could be coincidence. Are there any common points to the Cust and the killer? Oops. Why did I haggle so much? Is that important? Oh wait, common points between Cust and the killer, not the victim, so... Here we go. He could have committed these crimes. Is Cust's behavior suspicious? Yes. Guilty.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can you talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
If he is being framed, who would it be? It wouldn't be Miss Marbury herself.
To Scotland Yard, please.
We haven't really met anyone else it could have been. He does look suspicious. Hello.
This man is not in good shape.
Here's his hairline. Lowered eyes. Shaking hands. And a
He
couple
is
jacket.
worried and very tired. And other police have been hard on him.
What do you want from me?
Present myself? Sure, why not?
Good day, Mr. Cust. I am Hercule Poirot.
Ah, you're the detective.
Talk about the letters.
Yes, I am the person you have been sending the letters to.
I didn't write these letters. I've already said so.
And to admit that he's forgotten, acknowledge his innocence.
Très bien. You did not write these letters. But the question remains, who did?
Probably one of my enemies. I have many.
Ooh, could he elaborate? Admit you not believe he's a murderer as he's capable of killing. It's too obvious.
I do not believe that you are capable of murder, Mr. Cust.
I hope not.
Also, isn't he just too sick to actually kill someone? Like, not physically capable of it.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
Can't believe he's innocent.
Of course, you never considered killing a doctor who took such good care of you.
No, never.
That's if he noticed going to the Tree Towns. Say the witnesses saw him in the Tree Towns. Have I asked him himself?
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
You were seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot, but not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see. The company you claim to work for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards.
So it appeared that you typed them before sending them yourself. Yeah?
So it would appear that you typed them before sending them to yourself.
I don't remember. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
I don't think this person is physically capable of murdering people. Am I done here?
I am not going to leave before having finished questioning him. He is prey to a terrible anxiety. Is it remorse? Or simply the pressure of the questioning and the train journey? He is in no state to reply.
Didn't think so. Can I think? No. Oh wait, I have his medicine? Or this thing?
Take this. It will help you.
Oh, I think I'll be fine.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
So he did kill them? Wait, doesn't remember?
And what conclusions have you drawn?
Plenty.
I don't know.
It might help us to understand him a little better. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What do we know about Cust's health? He's very sick. Oops. Cust is mentally and physically weak, not ready to profile the killer. Are there any clues that do not support Cust's guilt in the Thurston murder? Oh wait. Yeah, this one, maybe. Oh wait. These two together. You would expect a murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. Are there any clues that do not support Cust's guilt? There are several details that show that Cust is not guilty. And we say without a shadow of doubt that Cust is guilty. Not guilty.
I don't see any clearer than before. This is worse.
It
There
is?
is one point to highlight. C'est curieux. Cust admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cust killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire. He must have had a motive.
Let's keep it simple. Never mind his motive. He confessed.
But you see, he can confess to anything and everything. He denied the murders and then he confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters. Then, with great ease, I managed to get him say quite the opposite.
Come on, he behaved like a guilty man. He lied to his landlady.
Because deep down he believes himself guilty. From the papers, he noticed that he had always been at the scene of the crimes. He must think that he killed and then simply forgot what he had done.
How can you be so sure?
Let us look at his psychological profile. You will understand my point of view.
Reconstruction?
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Can you just forget about killing someone? It's Cust clever. Killing your dudes prove that he's not. This one maybe mediocre. Self-confident? No, 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 no. Easy to influence. Sure himself. Seducer. I doubt it. Oh, this is why. Playing. Without any charm. Next trains. Didn't Fraser say you like trains? And then there's still something about the firm that he works at that we haven't really figured out. Impulsive. No? Cold. Generous. Miserly.
You see? Cuss' character is quite the opposite of the murderer's.
But if he's a madman, can we really talk about his character?
You know very well that our murderer does not behave like a psychopath. Apart from the signature, there is no ritual repetition in the choice of victims.
Very well, you're right as always. So we have no confession, no culprit, no suspects, nothing. And all that after 2 months of inquiry? What should I do?
Have faith. Just give me 24 hours.
Donna Fraser works at the firm. And then, what's her name? Tora Gray and the other guy had something to do with wanting to sell their land of Carmichael? So
To
those
White
two
Heaven, please.
have some kind of connection. I don't think the first victim, Alice Asher, fits into this.
Cust's arrest is a great success for you, Poirot. It's all clear now, except maybe 1 or 2 details.
Details. Ah, mon ami. The devil is in the detail, as we say.
Excuse me?
Patience, Hastings. Everything will be clear once our guests arrive. Best be prepared. Slip a revolver into your pocket before they do.
Things gonna get violent.
A revolver? But Poirot, what are you afraid of?
Trust me. It is important you carry a weapon for this meeting. I will lend you mine.
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait 1 moment, I will bring you my weapon.
Is this gonna be a short stream? Possibly. Maybe some kind of conspiracy. Where would I keep my... Oh, in my desk. That makes sense. That's not what I wanted to do. But they had access to his typewriter now, so it has to be someone who knows him. Oh, can I look at the newspaper? I can.
Daily Flicker, September 11th, 1935. ABC Affair. The latest
Wait,
victim
the latest victim in narrow escape. Someone did die?
The ABC murderer arrested in Doncaster in
Hold on a
tragic
second.
circumstances. His name is A.B. Cust. He's struck in Andover, strangled in Bexhill, stabbed in Churston, and in Doncaster, he attempted to kill without any weapon other than the terror he inspires. His latest victim would have been Dick D. Dunbar. Mr. Dunbar, a hotel owner, collapsed when he found out suddenly that the killer was staying at his establishment. The police surrounded the hotel and arrested the murderer. Thanks to the quick intervention of the ambulance team, Mr. Dunbar is currently in hospital recovering from a cardiac arrest. The Lancet, September 11th, 1935. General Medical Journal. The alphabet murderer is not psychotic, according to Professor Thompson. In an early issue, we claimed that the alphabet murderer was not psychotic. Our assertion has just been confirmed by Professor Thompson, a Scotland Yard expert, who has spoken to the prisoner at great length. Not all obsessional killers are psychotic, he explained. It is true that Cust has a disturbed personality and memory disorders. But his amnesia, whether real or pretended, does not alter the fact that he was perfectly lucid at the time of his acts. Therefore, he will not escape punishment.
Committing murder and then forget about it is just too convenient.
The white ammunition
Oh,
are
there it
blank
is.
cartridges. The others are real bullets. The revolver is loaded with real bullets. I still have time to choose blanks.
Alright, this is important.
The
The
revolver is loaded with blanks. I still have time to choose real bullets.
No. I don't know. But actually, blanks are dangerous too, right? Like, apparently people have seriously injured themselves and possibly killed themselves with blanks.
What about telling me what you have in mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait one moment, I will bring you my weapon.
Here you go. Hope this isn't a
Voila,
mistake.
I entrust you with my weapon. It has hardly been used, it is almost new.
I think we're about to start the final act.
Chief Inspector, is that you?
Yes. Sorry, but we haven't found anything.
Have you checked the typewriter?
And the packaging, the letter, and the ribbon reel. We've only found prints left by Cust and his landlady.
Well, never mind, I shall make do.
So, are you still going to hold your meeting?
Of course, Chief Inspector. I can hear my guest coming up the stairs.
Why have you brought us here, Mr. Poirot?
Since Cust's arrest, I thought it was all done and dusted. Miss Gray formally identified him, as well as Miss Barnard.
Yes, and the stockings he saw drove the same brand as the ones found at my aunt's.
This is all true. However, a case is not closed if some questions remain open. And one question is, why did the murderer send me his letters? Why did he challenge me, Hercule Poirot?
Perhaps he wanted to play with you, to taunt you.
Actually, a new brush.
Xenophobia? Maybe he didn't like you because you're foreign.
I may be wrong, but maybe by provoking you, he was looking for glory?
All these theories should be studied. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Why did a murderer make a mistake in the address? I don't know. Is it important? I don't know. Poirot's address is not very well known. Letters late arrival saved the murderer. The body was still warm. I definitely think this one's important. But he got it right the first two times. wouldn't be this one, would it? I don't know. Show you everything. Oh wait, I do have a clue. It didn't do anything. Okay. Oh. This one definitely has to be right. Also, I think I heard thunder. Again. Envelope with a wrong, a piece of envelope with a wrong address. Oh, can I make the other deductions first? Maybe, please? No? Okay, huh? No. Why did the murderer make a mistake in the address? If it was on purpose, then... No. I'll make a few more attempts and then I'll look this up because I'm always stuck here. My theory was this on purpose and that's why he wanted to make sure we were late. Because if we arrived on time, the murder would have been prevented. Oh, here we go. Mistake is intentional, yeah. Because, like, if it was a mistake, he would have got it wrong the first time. Why did the killer send his letters to Hercule Poirot? Wait. What was the one with the always... Oh, I guess I don't have it. He wrote to Poirot because his address is not very well known.
Is everything clear now?
No?
You might like to explain your reasoning again.
Of course. First of all, remember that the murderer made it a rule to always post his letter before the murder. He never digressed from that rule. However, in Churston, he encountered a problem. The village has only 500 inhabitants. With advance warning, it would be easy to arrest him. Therefore, the murderer delayed his letters deliberately with the wrong address. The plan wouldn't have worked if he'd sent it to Scotland Yard or the papers because everybody knows their addresses. The mistake would have been corrected and the letter would have been on time. That is why the murderer chose me as the recipient.
Because for his plan to succeed, it was necessary for at least one of the letters to have a wrong address and get lost. It was very cunning.
Absolument. It is a very subtle plan. It matches the profile we have drawn up of him perfectly. That of an intelligent, daring and calculating murderer.
But that's not how you describe Cust.
Dora.
You are quite right, mademoiselle. Like you, I find it hard to believe that this dull character is the clever murderer we are looking for.
Do madmen... I mean, If he's mad, he might have two very different sides.
No doubt. But the murderer is not mad. All the specialists agree that he does not have the profile of the psychopath.
But if Cust is not guilty, how do you explain his presence at the scene of the crimes?
Mr. Clark, the answer to your question is in the medical records of your brother's patients. Documents which Cust most certainly did not have access to. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Franklin is the murderer. And Torres is the mastermind. They made it look like a serial killer, but their target was only Carmichael. But they knew if they immediately attacked him, they'd be the first suspects, so that's why they targeted the other people. What do we know about Cust? You know a few things about Cust. Excuse me, we try that again. We know a few things about Cust, but I don't know which ones are relevant right now. Oops. No, that's not important right now. Oops. It seems like important later on. You know, I'm gonna drink something real quick. My face tracking so weird. No, but try every combination. There's not that many things. So I'll try this one and this one. And eventually, I had to get the right one. Tap, 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 tap. Yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna redo that redeem. This doesn't work out the way I want it to at all. So let me just manually do that real quick if I can. Wait, I need to alt tab. Here it is. And head on and where's my everything? Oh, there's OBS. And there's the game. Oh, okay. What was I doing? I lost my track. Did I do this one already? Let's do it again just in case. Ah, there we go. Gus is mentally fragile and easy to manipulate. It's a coincidence. Okay, he tries to overcome his travel sickness by traveling often by train. Not important right now. You want to see the crime scenes? Is that? Back to brute forcing it. So it's not that one. Okay, no, this one. This one is completely irrelevant right now. Went to Mexico because he wanted to swim. Of course, it'd be the last combination I try, wouldn't it? Wait. Did I miss one? This one definitely seems right. But then how did I not? Oops. No, apparently this is not right. How did I miss? I thought it was being thorough, but somehow I missed a combination. How did I do that? Newspapers report on the case. I must have accidentally skipped over one. The right combination. This is irrelevant. Or is it? I don't know anymore. Here we go. Gus was manipulated. The killer made him go to town so he got hurt. Okay.
Dr. Clark's patient's records provided a very useful list of potential victims, sorted by alphabetical order. The killer definitely used it, explaining the fact that all the victims were former patients of the doctor. It is this fact that clears Cust once and for all, because he never had access to these records. So how did he happen to be at the scene of the crimes? Either the murderer sent him there, or Cust was following him closely. Cust's highly suggestible nature leads us to the second hypothesis. The murderer was manipulating him. He systematically sent Cust to the towns where he was going to strike, so that the suspicion would land on the poor man's shoulder.
That's evil. What sort of killer could have such a plan? And what would he gain from 3 completely different murders?
Indeed, it seems unlikely that the same murderer committed all the crimes. What should we take from that?
Say that just one murder is of interest to the killer. Say that the murderer has a weapon takes for murder. Say that murder kills for pleasure. Say that there are 3 different murderers. Are there? Is there? Maybe?
There is not one murderer, but 3 accomplices, who all used the same scenario.
Do you mean that 3 murderers with quite different aims joined forces to create a smoke screen? Here's another question. Is it still necessary to find a motive for each crime? And the one in Andover poses problem. Why was poor Mrs. Asher killed?
Indeed. It would be best to forget the theory.
Say I just want. Oh wait, this is my theory from earlier.
Just one murder was of benefit to the murderer. Yeah. The others were just diversions.
Carmichael.
On reflection, there is only one conclusion. The murderer killed once out of interest, and twice to divert our attention. This reasoning points at 2 potential culprits.
Hey, was my theory right?
Franklin Clark.
Dora Gray.
Donald Fraser?
No.
Yes, mademoiselle. That's good thinking. Mr. Fraser may have killed Betty out of jealousy.
These 2.
Mr. Clark may have killed his brother in order to inherit his large fortune. Both have a motive.
But Donald did not have access to Dr. Clark's records.
Please allow me to disagree with you, mademoiselle.
Okay, maybe I was not exactly on the right track. Indicate that Donald was treated by Dr. Clark. No, he wasn't. Indicate that Donald was resting at church. And indicate that Donald... Oh, this is the right one.
He works for Court and Brunskill, one of whose clients was Sir Carmichael.
It doesn't prove that I went to Comeside.
You could have done it, and you may have used the opportunity to take a look at Sir Carmichael's records.
You think I'm guilty?
No.
You or Mr. Franklin Clark?
That's ridiculous.
Both of you have a motive. The question is, which of you has the profile that most resembles the murderer? Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Does he hold hands? Is Donald clever? I don't know, is he? No, I guess so. Sure of himself. I don't think so. This one? Oops. If I could just... Easy to influence. It's Donald seducer. Maybe accidentally. Does Donald like trains? He does, he said he likes them. Is Donald impulsive? Think? Quick-tempered. Is Donald generous? Apparently. So, not quite.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald may share many character traits with the murderer, but he does not have his cold indifference. He has a temper. It is hard to imagine him planning anything. Also, jealousy is his motive, and crimes of passion are rarely planned.
Right, I suppose it's my turn to be subjected to the same scrutiny.
Absolument, Mr. Clark. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Is Franklin clever? Yeah. Is Franklin sure of himself? Aren't a real cool-blooded guy. Married man. Hey. Wait, this is... Allow me to pay. That's pretty generous. This one? No. Oh wait, very sure of himself. Oops. Seducer. Yeah, no, not that one. Yeah. Does Franklin like trains? I guess so. Impulsive. No. Oops. And generous. Yeah. It matches.
As you have all seen, there is a disturbing similarity between Mr. Clark's profile and that of the killer. In actual fact, it is exactly the same.
Mr. Poirot, your psychological studies are interesting, but your conclusions do not add up. Why would I have wished my brother's death? The inheritance is lawfully mine. I just have to wait.
No, you had to act quickly.
Say that Touragray bothered him, say that Franklin was impatient. This one?
Because you are incapable of waiting.
Really? Well, I am no murderer. You presented him as being a cold and patient schemer.
Okay, it is Touragray then.
Certes, normalement. But Lady Clark's imminent death precipitated events. Mademoiselle, although you haven't been telling the truth, there is no doubt in my mind that you would have found a way to marry Sir Carmichael after Lady Clark's death. For you, Mr. Clark, it was a disaster. If Miss Grey had children by your brother, you would not have inherited a thing. You realized the danger after reading several letters from Comside, especially one in which your brother opened his heart to you. So you hurried home from China, and you took action. In truth, Cust was no more than a puppet manipulated by the real culprit. You, Mr. Clark.
Such an imagination, Mr. Poirot. In fact, nobody manipulated Cust. The famous instructions he received by post. He wrote them on the typewriter. We know that for sure.
Oh no, you know perfectly well that is not true. Eh bien voilà, light has now been shed on the ABC murders.
Your theories are ingenious, but you haven't any proof.
One point to him. For the moment, I have no material proof. Either I admit to it, or I bluff.
Tell me about the fingerprints on a Cust typewriter. I said the proof's gonna be easy to find. This is definitely not right. Maybe he paid the landlady. No. I don't know. Proof's gonna be easy to find. How do we know that's him? But he's supposed to be smart, so wouldn't he have destroyed any evidence or be careful not to leave any behind? I don't know. This one.
One thing proves it. The prints you left on Cust's typewriter.
Enough.
Oh, of course you wiped the typewriter before sending it. But not carefully enough. Scotland Yard has found your print along with those of Cust.
I understand why you never wanted to lend me your new typewriter, and why you were searching through your brother's things. And the hole you dug on the moors. What did you hide there? The knife you used to kill your brother?
Game, set, match. You win, Mr. Poirot. But it was worth trying.
Yeah, I did it. Did I?
Don't come near me!
Yeah, good thing I used the blanks.
I'll never let you take me, Mr. Poirot.
Who the hell are this guy? Realistically, that would still kill him.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clark, there is no easy death for you. I expected your reaction, so I used blanks. I'm sorry, mademoiselle, but your second chance has been lost. Franklin Clark will never inherit his brother's fortune.
Oh, no, so that was abrupt. He took his own knife. He tried to. He knew he lost, so he tried to end it.
Disappointed at having missed the chance to become Lady Clark, Thora Grey left England. Donald Fraser and Megan Barnard married. On Poirot's recommendation, Mary Drower started to work for Lady Clark. The elderly lady's condition suddenly took a turn for the better. And a few months later, to Dr. Logan's great surprise, she was back on her feet again. According to this eminent physician, it appears to be an extremely rare case of spontaneous remission. Lady Clark has enjoyed very good health ever since.
So was she actually being poisoned by Dora? Oh, so this is loud.
Journal of an Innocent. The incredible story of ABC. As for A.B. Cust, after being advised by Poirot, he made a great deal of money by selling his story to the press. And as for me, and with business booming, the Black Swan has become the #1 tourist attraction in the whole of Yorkshire, even more popular than York Minster.
Based on a novel, the ABC Murders by Agatha Christie. Oh, it's actually over. That means if I continue to stream the other time, I could have finished the game in one stream, huh? Oh well. What do I do now? Oh, you know, I did want to work on some things today, so I guess I could just finish streaming here. I need to test that game I want to buy. I need to buy the game first, then test it. Then I want to work on emotes. Is there something else I want to do? Oh yeah, I need to make dinner. So yeah, like, can I skip the credits? I want to look at the bonus to see what they are. Oh, this is the timeline of the...
When Franklin understands that his brother's inheritance is going to be stolen from under his nose, he decides to get rid of him. In order not to be considered as a suspect, he has the idea of including the murder as part of a series that the police will put down to a madman. Franklin uses Sir Carmichael's medical records to choose his victims as well as the ideal suspect, Alexander Bonaparte Cust, who was seriously wounded in the war and suffers from bouts of amnesia. Franklin writes the letters he will send me before each murder on his own typewriter in advance. He contacts Cust by letter and offers him a job. Cust is convinced that he is working for a hosiery company. In reality, it is Franklin that sends him his instructions, his goods, and even his typewriter. When we receive the first letter, Hastings thinks that it is a joke. As for me, filled with foreboding, I prefer to inform Chief Inspector Japp. Following his written instructions, Cust goes to Andover. He visits Mrs. Asher's tobacco shop and sells her a pair of stockings. After Cust's visit, Franklin, in turn, enters the tobacco shop. Mrs. Asher is not suspicious of the murderer, whom she takes to be an ordinary customer. The old lady turns around to take a packet of cigarettes. She is beaten to death. We investigate the first murder with Hastings. No suspect has a motive. A few weeks later, we receive a second letter signed ABC. Chief Inspector Japp is informed. The victim's name should start with the letter B. Alexander Bonaparte Cust goes to Bexhill. He sells Mrs. Barnard a pair of stockings. Betty Barnard leaves her work. She's dressed to go out. The young woman is strangled on the beach. Betty was killed by the man who had arranged to meet her that evening, the seducer Franklin Clark. In Bexhill, Donald Fraser appears to be the perfect suspect for Betty's murder, but he has no connection with Mrs. Asher. 5 days after the Bexhill murder, Cust goes to Churston for his work. In the afternoon, Sauergret turns away a stocking seller. After dinner, Sir Carmichael Clark takes his usual walk. His brother waits for him, hidden behind a bush. The murderer leaps out from his hiding place and cuts Sir Clark's throat. The third letter arrived late. Franklin deliberately wrote a wrong address. In Churston, Thorogray and Franklin Clark are the main suspects. Back in London, Cust is seized by violent coughing fit and brings up blood. He stains his shirt, which later frightens his landlady. We receive the final letter from ABC. The next murder will be in Doncaster. The second general meeting in London highlights the common points between the victims: stockings and a throat condition. Cust's landlady telephones the Scotland Yard to tell them about her suspicions. Cust is arrested shortly afterwards in Doncaster. Franklin had planned a fourth murder in Doncaster. He abandons the idea after Cust's arrest. Cust confesses to the crimes he did not commit. He's an easy culprit. Too easy. Franklin Clark is unmasked. He is the true culprit and the man who manipulated Cust. And there we have it. Another case solved by Hercule Poirot.
Did I miss a few? This one probably find stuff. I want to check the ego points if I can. Oh, here they are. 452 out of 600. That's a pretty good score. That's what, like, more than 2/3. I'm not going to find your exact percentage because I'm bad at those. Anyway, I think I'm done for today. Yeah. So I need to start working on things. Wait, does it actually tell me? Thanks for the non-violent approach to the problem, you thank yourself for it. This is maybe if I use real bullets? Well, it's this one. On your own initiative and thanks to your talents as it being Graphology, you have proven the common origin of the letter sent by the killer. Okay. Anyway, short review. I like this game a lot. I like murder mysteries. I'm not very good at them, but I like them anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna go now because I feel awkward again. If I can't, Alt tab. Come on, let me go. I'm still in the game. Oh, this is not how I want this to go at all. You know, I could just quit the game. Yeah, bye-bye. Tomorrow, definitely playing a horror game. Definitely. So, bye.